Back here at Aurora Public School Stadium in Aurora, defensive starters for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Nose guard is senior Alec Mai. Defensive ends are junior Nate Cage and senior Toby McBride. Outside linebackers, senior Anthony Arroyo and sophomore Trey McBride. Inside linebackers, senior Jacob Fritzler and senior Frank Rosales. Cornerbacks, junior Angelo Rivera and senior Nate Gertner. Strong safety is Kyle Daniels, and free safety today is Tate Kimball. So a little bit of change up in the safety positions. Kyle had been at free safety, and Tyler Dunn had been in, but Tyler Dunn is out this week, at least to start with. So Kyle will be strong safety. Tate Kimball will be the free safety. Looks like Franny Gonzalez is with us today with his nice bright green shoes.
To contrast all the pink that Vista Peak is wearing on as part of Pink Out Month, bringing awareness to breast cancer. So that's always a welcome sight that the young people of our country recognize that and are rallying to try and bring that to an end.
Yep. The opening kickoff is brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. Looking to find insurance for your car, home, or even for you? Call Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance with 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. They can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or provide a quote. Franny has it on the tee, and we are moments away from getting this game underway, and he approaches. Nice deep kick, and it's going to go about the 4. The 10, the 15, the 20, and hit hard out about the 23-yard line. And Justin Davis brought that back out. Let's see if it's going to be about the 23 or 22.
Good kick coverage on that one. Fort Morgan had 3 or 4 guys on the ball.
So see what they come out with their offense. We have 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Oh, the snap is way high and brought down in the backfield on the sack. And that was Trey McBride as he got to smash him at about the 14-yard line.
I think they snapped it over, smashed him's head, and it was actually Justin Davis making a really smart play from the tailback position to get a hold of that. That was not kind of reminiscence of a couple Super Bowls ago.
But we don't want to bring that up.
No, right now, we do not.
So second down and 14 from the 14. Smasham looks back. Pass is going to be deflected, and I believe that was Trey McBride on the his right defensive end that knocked that ball down. So a nice start here for the Mustang defense. Trey McBride in on both of those plays.
And I'm not sure whether that pass was well advised. There was a defender breaking underneath and might have gotten a pick 6 if he would have tipped it a little bit less.
So they're saying it's about 3rd and 18. I was mistaken there on the first one, but it's 3rd down and 18 from the 14. Put Davis out in motion to the left, and it's going to be a pass over the middle, and it's going to be caught and brought down. That will be enough for the first down, as that is Dylan Holt with the catch as he gets it out across the 35 out to the 39.
Nice little pass and catch. They kind of distracted the defense by taking Davis out on a wheel route out to the left, and then Holt cut inside.
So 1st and 10 for the Bison. I formation, single receiver right to left. It's going to be a handoff over the right side as Davis spins and will get out to the 45-yard line. They'll going to mark about be at the 45. So I'll bring up about a 2nd and 4 after that gain of 6. So they like to do the spin. Dylan Holt had a spin in that catch, and also on that play there, they were trying to spin out of a tackle. The ball is on the ground, but I think Smasham got back on it. We'll see. Smasham's been under center, and that was not a good exchange. So Smasham gets back on the ball at the line of scrimmage. So they'll bring up 3rd and 4 from the 45.
And that left offensive tackle that they march out, he's a pretty good-sized fella. Not really catching his number. I'll have to look that.
Yeah, I don't think they have any.
74. We don't have sizes on him, but
sizes, so
Elijah Reed's a junior, and he just stands a head taller than most of the people.
So snap back, pass out into the corner, and nice job out on that right side by Nate Gertner as he was just in front of Holt. So nice job by the senior out on that corner.
Again, we can't say enough how important of a contribution Gertner's been coming back out after not playing for 3 years. You know, those parents out there that have 7th and 8th graders and maybe 9th and 10th graders that aren't playing football this year and good athletes, have them come out. They can contribute.
So smash him under center once again. Going to be a pitch back, and going to be pitched back again. It's going to be brought down, and Fort Morgan is going to cover the ball. It doesn't matter. It's 4th down anyway. And Arroyo picks it up, and it's going to be 1st and 10 Fort Morgan from the Bison 25-yard line. I'm not sure what they were doing. I don't know if they were trying to double end around, or they were going to snap it back and try to get a punt, or what they were up to. But
yeah, I think they were going to run a reverse and catch Fort Morgan, and it worked. It worked against them there.
Very much so. So turnover on downs. So it'll be 1st and 10 Fort Morgan with 9:38 left here in this first period of play.
I don't think there's any scouting reports that say it's wise to give Fort Morgan's offense the ball on your own 26 for the first drive.
So full house tee for the Mustangs. Over this right side is Toby McBride, and there is no room there for him as he is driven out of bounds. So we'll see. He may have lost maybe 1 or 2 on that. So 2nd down. Yeah, it's going to be about 2nd and 12. And we'll call it 2nd and 11 from the 27.
A little bit of early success for Vista Peak's offense and a little, first play success for their defense. Fort Morgan sometimes tries different things to see how they're playing defense, and they can come back on them.
So under center once again is Knapp. He rolls out to his left, and he is going to keep it and run as he is going to get down inside the 25, back down to the 22. So that'll bring up a 3rd down. About a 3rd and 6 from the 22.
Yeah, that was a broken play, and the quarterback just did a good job of turning it into some positive yardage there, because as he turned, the running back was going the wrong direction, or he turned the wrong direction. Hard to tell from up here.
So I formation for the Mustangs. Tate Kimball, Toby McBride in the backfield. Daniels wide right. Wait for the snap. They give it to Tate Kimball over this right side. He cups it up inside to the 15, and he will have enough for the 1st down for the Mustangs as he takes it down to about the 12-yard line.
Boy, Toby McBride led up that play. It's a linebacker ISO play, and Toby leads up and blocks the linebacker, and the linebacker went back about 5 yards and opened a nice hole for Tate there.
So I formation once again for the Mustangs. It's going to be left side this time. He's out in the open. We get a good block. He is going to be into the end zone for the Fort Morgan Mustangs as Tate Kimball takes it in from 12 yards out to put the Mustangs up 6-0 with 8:01 left here in this first period of play. Okay, Tate Kimball takes it in from 12 yards out to go up with the early lead on Vista Peak, 6-0. Now, Franny Gonzalez in for the PAT. Snap is back. The kick is up, and it is good. So Fort Morgan now up 7-0 on the Tate Kimball run on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Aurora Public School Stadium in Aurora, along with Kevin Rohde, this is Brian Nickel. Mustangs have gone up early here, 7-0 on a Tate Kimball 12-yard run. After the Mustang defense held the Bison on a 4th down, had a loss of about 20 yards on that 4th down play. So Franny Gonzalez with the tee, and he kicks it off, and it will go to 5 at the 10, the 15, and brought down nicely at about the 17-yard line. And that was Anthony Davis, I believe is his name. Justin Davis, excuse me.
And no one seemed to block for Vista Peak. You know, it was like as soon as he got to the 10-yard line, he was facing a wall of 6 unblocked Mustangs. So I think what we'll see here is that Vista Peak's probably got some athletic talent and some ability, but so far they've killed themselves with penalties or mishandling the ball and some poor blocking.
So snap back in the shotgun formation as Davis is kind of elusive, but he does end up getting only 1 yard. Spins out of a tackle in the backfield, but he is brought down by Angelo Rivera and also Jacob Fritzler in on that tackle. So smash him working out of the shotgun formation on that play. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 9 from the 20.
So back to my conversation, I think the key is that Fort Morgan playing disciplined football is going to be able to win this football game.
So a handoff up the middle, and then a flag is thrown. As they call motion against Vista Peak. So that will set them back 5. That's kind of a late flag for after they...
Kind of a dead ball foul. Should have blown the play dead.
So that'll bring up a 2nd and 14 after that penalty. Vista Peak starting from the 15 this time on 2nd down. So smash him in the shotgun formation. Snap back, looks out here to the left, and once again knocked down by Trey McBride. Puts that left hand out there and knocks that pass down. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 14 from the 15 for Vista Peak.
Two of his 4 passes have been tipped or blocked, and so that's good that we're rushing with our hands up and eyes open. They're trying to throw quick passes, knowing that pass rush is going to get there in a hurry.
So Holt winds up to the left, 2 receivers right, back to smash him, and he throws it down that right side, and it is going to be caught out at about the 48. And that is going to be, is that Justin Davis? No, number 11. Alex Hawkins. He got behind the defense there and came down with the ball. And that will be just into Fort Morgan territory at the 49. So 1st and 10 from the 49. Wasn't a real good pass, but it was good enough to get to Hawkins.
Yeah, Fort Morgan's defender was probably 5 yards behind. If that would have been hit him in stride, it would have been 6 points for sure.
So I formation once again, handoff up the middle, and he is hit right at actually in the backfield and falls forward for no gain. And that was Justin Davis. Looked like Alex Mai was in on that stop. So 2nd and 10 from the 49. So we'll see what Vista Peak comes out with here. Holt comes wide left. Alex Hawkins and Quincy Sanders, I believe, to the right. Shotgun formation, snap back. He goes back. It's going to be a big hit at about the 50-yard line, Fritzler, but it was going to be a screen pass, and it was over the head of the intended receiver, so it falls to the ground for a incomplete pass. So there was a screen that they were trying to cut down on Fort Morgan's aggressiveness.
And they were aggressive, but Fritzler and there was one other guy there ready just in case, had read that screen and were ready and blew that play up.
So 3rd down, 2 receivers left, 1 right, Holt to the top. Shotgun formations. He looks out here to the left. He's going to try to go deep over the middle and just over the head of Alex Hawkins. If that pass would have been down just a little bit, he would have had it and been gone. But that will bring up a 4th down and 10 after that incomplete pass.
Fort Morgan escapes after that, giving up a field position, 36-yard pass. They'll have a little worse field position this time.
Got Tate Kimball and Kyle Daniels back for the Mustangs, back at about their own 14-yard line. Snap back, and nice punt to Tate Kimball over on the far side, as he is going to get it up maybe to about the 20. So about a 5-yard return or so for Tate Kimball. So that'll bring up first and 10 for the Mustangs on their second possession. And that is going to be marked at the 17.
So we'll see whether Fort Morgan can get a sustained drive or maybe break one away and have a nice long run.
So first and 10 here with the Mustangs. That from their own 17. Kyle Daniels split wide right. Marquez to the left. I formation for Fort Morgan. And handoff. Oh, and the handoff was Tate Kimball was hit immediately on the handoff. I don't know if that was number 74 that got in there?
I think it was.
So a loss back to the 14. So bring up in second and 13 from the 14.
They're saying it was number 55, but I think it was 74. Yeah, he stepped in there and blew that play up. Tate's not used to being hit 3 yards deep in his backfield.
So I formation, Toby back in there for the lead, and he takes it, gets across the 15, and he is still fighting as he falls out across the 20. So that'll bring up a third down and about 7 from the 20.
Yeah, Vista Peak really is not respecting the run. They're playing in a 5-2. They have 4 deep in pass coverage. I'm sure the strong safety's coming up in run support right away, but it's not like they're committing to stopping the run, and now they're in a 5-1.
I formation once again for Fort Morgan. Receivers left and right. Going to be a handoff to Tate on that left side. He breaks another tackle, but not quite to the first down. He only gets it out to about the 25. Needed a couple more yards, so it's going to bring up a 4th and 2 from the 25. 4:13 and counting here in this first period of play. The Mustangs up 7-0. So 4th and 2. So Tate to drop back in punt formation. Alex Hawkins goes back to about his 35. So hopefully we get a good snap. We had one wild snap last week, so we can't afford to have that this week. Punt formation, nice snap back to Tate. Low kick at the 35, the 40. Oh, nice high tackle by Trey McBride. We have a flag out here at about the 48-yard line. So I didn't see. I don't know if they had a holding or what they're going to throw that flag down about the Bison 48. So we'll see what
looks like it's a block or a hold or something. Yep,
holding on Vista Peak, so that will set him back. And he was brought down at about the 39, so they'll mark it back from there. So it'll be a 1st and 10 Vista Peak with 3:34 to go here in this first period of play.
4 yards on the return.
I'd say Vista Peak's got to be pretty happy with where they're at right now. They've gotten success on passing, few running plays. I guess one running play. Yeah, you take away the long bad snaps that they had on the one and whatever that punt, 4th down, double reverse type thing was. You take those away, and they play pretty good football.
So hold in motion. Smashem's going to keep it out to the right side. And Smasham gets that corner across the 50, the 45, the 40, 35, 30, 25, and finally brought down by Tate Kimball at about the 13-yard line. So nice run there by Smasham. He gets it clear down to the 13-yard line.
58 yards on that play. That's unusual to have someone run that far against Morgan.
You got that corner out there and got a nice block out on that wide receiver out there. So they'll bring up a 1st and 10. Bison from the 13. Holt lined up to a single receiver to the right. Hawkins over here to the left. It's going to be a handoff up the middle and kind of a spin move again as he gets down inside the 10 to the 9. So that's a gain of 4. So they'll bring up a 2nd and 6 from the 9.
Fort Morgan falling into a little bit of that bad habit they had 2 weeks and 3 weeks ago with not wrapping up and trying to go for the big hit rather than the wrap up and bring them down. And I'm sure they'll get some coaching on the side on that.
So Smashing once again in the shotgun formation. Holt to the right. It's going to be back to Smashing. Looks over the middle and just out of the reach of his intended receiver. That is to Hawkins. Kyle Daniels on the coverage. That will bring up a 3rd down and 6 after that incomplete pass.
He looks like he's a little winded from that 57-yard or 58-yard run earlier. They're going to call a timeout. It's hard to pass and concentrate when you're breathing heavily.
So timeout by Vista Peak. So we'll take one with them here with 2:33 to go. First period. Fort Morgan 7, Vista Peak nothing on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Aurora Public Schools Stadium, we'll get caught up here on one of our sponsors. The first Fort Morgan score of the game is brought to you by Morgan Federal Bank, a bank that is committed to their community and keeping banking simple. They are on the cutting edge of banking. Stop by 321 Ensign and see what options they have available. Morgan Federal Bank, there is a difference.
I just want to thank sponsors like Morgan Federal Bank and all the rest that allow us to come here and watch football and broadcast it back to the ones who aren't able to make it.
So back to Smashing. It's going to be look like it's going to be a touchdown by Hawkins as Kyle Daniels, they go up for the jump ball. We have a flag in the backfield, but that may be roughing the passer on Trey McBride. So we'll see what I'm sure it's probably a personal foul against Trey. So that touchdown will stand.
And Daniels was up there, had the best chance to get it, and Hawkins just stole that ball away from him.
Took it right away. So they're still talking it over with Vista Peak. I'm not sure what there'd be much to talk over about. So we're from the quarterback on Fort Morgan. Let's see if they enforce that on the kickoff or if it's... We'll see if Smashing is back in. I'm not sure who their kicker is, so they may be going for 2. So Smashing back in at quarterback. Holt to the right. Hawkins and Wilson out to the left. It's a bad snap back, and he is going to be brought down in the backfield by the McBride brothers as they converge on Smashing at about the 15. So the Mustangs still have that 7-6 lead.
Kind of a strange set of circumstances there, but Fort Morgan's going to be tested, and that we're going to see whether we have the resolve to fight through a little adversity.
So we will, as Kevin said, this is usually, by now Fort Morgan's got 2 or 3 touchdowns and not even looking back, but this will be a foe today that will be, looks like better than any we have seen so far, except maybe Brush. Brush has been having a good season after they met with Fort Morgan at the first game of the season. So we'll see here on the kickoff.
From the 50 because of that penalty. So Fort Morgan will be starting with bad field position again unless one of the return men get the ball and get upfield.
So we've got
Dalen Knapp back. I'm surprised they would run the starting quarterback.
Yeah, and Arroyo, I believe, back about the 9, and we got Tate and Daniel stands about the 18 or so.
Looks like the Hands team is in.
Maybe they're looking for a onside kick here of some type. As the Referee is waiting, and he gives them the okay to go. So the kickoff from the Mustang 45. It's right to onside kick, and it is covered by Jimmy Keller. Nice job by Keller. So fairly decent field position for the Mustangs as they will take over 1st and 10 from the 33.
And that's probably a good strategy to try an onside there because you already have the field position, and Fort Morgan wisely gets there. Noticed Anthony Arroyo making a good block to protect Keller. You said it was Keller?
Yep.
Yeah, protect him. And that's what it takes is teamwork.
So one receiver left as they set up. Going to be a handoff up the middle, and he'll hold on to that ball as they get out to the 40. And that is going to be Frank Rosales as he takes it out to the 40-yard line. So a gain of 7. So 2nd and 3 from the 40. They line up in that double wing formation. That's what they're going to come out in again as a double wing.
Got to respect Tate Kimball running the end around on that. So
we'll see if they put anybody in motion. Trey is wide right. Going to be a handoff to Kimball on that left side as he gets it across. He gets across the 50, the 45, the 40, 35, 30. If they can get a block downfield, 25, 20 as he cuts back and takes it all the way down to the Vista Peak 16-yard line. So Kyle Daniels with a nice run.
He had one of those last week, and maybe Vista Peak didn't read the scattering report because that's exactly the same play. And we talked about everybody keying on Tate Kimball. Well, you can't forget Kyle Daniels because he just went for 44 on you.
So double wing once again. It's going to be a handoff to Tate Kimball down this right side. He's got an opening. Follows that block. It's a 10 at the 5. Touchdown, Tate Kimball, as he gets that lead block out there. I believe it was Nate Cage out there on that right end. So nice 17-yard run by Tate Kimball. As that will now put the Mustangs up 13-6 with 1:22 left here, first period of play.
And here's a situation where having a good, consistent PAT kicker counts because they missed theirs, and now it's going to make it a 2-score game instead of just 1. Well, I guess they'll still be able to get the 2-point. My math's lacking a little bit.
Yeah, you're only a math teacher. Don't worry about that. So Dalen Knapp with the hold, and the kick is up, and once again, it is good. Fort Morgan up now 14-6 on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Aurora Public Schools Stadium for the Fort Morgan Mustangs Vista Peak game this afternoon in 3 plays. Fort Morgan takes it in from 17 yards out on the touchdown by Tate Kimball. The PAT once again is good by Franny. So that was about 67-yard drive that time in 3 plays. Puts the Mustangs up 14-6 as Franny gets ready to kick off once again. As he waits for the okay from the referee, and he approaches and puts that foot into it. It's still going to be short of the end zone. It's going to come down out about the 3, across the 10, the 15, the 20, and nice takedown there. And that was Jimmy Keller, I believe, on that tackle, as it will be 1st and 10 from the 25.
Jimmy doing a really good job on both sides of the special teams. First on the kickoff return, getting the onside kick, and then getting down there and making the tackle.
So we'll see if the Mustangs stiffen up again this time, or what the Vista Peak is going to come out with here. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Shotgun formation. The ball is snapped, and it is down low, and smashing him is going to be taken down in the backfield. And I believe that is Anthony Arroyo in there, along with Alex Mai on that sack. But not a good snap. Once again, back to Smasham as they're going to mark it clear back to the 18-yard line.
7-yard loss on the play, 2nd and 17.
Kind of goes back to what I was talking about. You got a team with some talent, but then how many bad snaps do you get? How many bad breaks? Eventually the consistency of Fort Morgan is just going to take over.
So handoff over this right side, or left side, excuse me. And that was, see who that was. It was number 31, I believe.
Number 37, Daniel.
37.
On the handoff.
Daniel smash him.
Tackled by number 13.
So we're down to 23 seconds here left in the first period of play. Brings up a 3rd and 15 from the 20 after that run. Down to 11 seconds now. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Smash him in the shotgun formation. Snap back. He looks over to the right, and he is being flushed out of that pocket. And nice catch on the sideline by one of the Fort Morgan coaches with 7/10 of a second left. But Smash him was running for his life.
No one in the area. I don't know if high school has that rule that if you get outside the pocket, you can throw it away. Guess I should get a rule book and find out.
So they didn't throw a flag there, but as you said, he was forced out of the pocket, so it'll bring up a 4th and 15 after that incomplete pass. Back to punt is Vista Peak. Good snap back and quick kick end over end, and that's going to go. Oh, big hit by Kyle Daniels takes it out about the 40, but that will bring this first period of play to an end with the Mustangs up 14-6 on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Aurora Public School Stadium where the Mustangs up 14-6 to start this second period of play. Fort Morgan just received a punt and will start from their own 40. So 1st and 10. They have 2 receivers left. Trey McBride in the slot on this left side. Shotgun formation for Fort Morgan. It's a handoff to Tate Kimball down this left side, though. Nice cut inside. We got a flag, which will probably end up being a hold at about the 41.
It's pretty hard to expect a young man to be out there in space and do a very good job blocking on a defensive back without getting a hold of something, and that's exactly what you're going to get.
So it was a nice 9-yard run, but it's going to be a hold on Fort Morgan. So that's going to bring up about a 1st and 19 if they mark it off from the 41. So we'll see where that should put it back out about the 31-yard line. So 1st and 19.
Certainly the passing we've done early is paid off because they're certainly not packing up the front. They're respecting our passing game.
So I formation once again for the Mustangs. Daniels wide right, Marquez to the left. Toby and Tate in the backfield. Snap, play action by, it's going to be a deep pass, or it's the pass to McBride out across the 40. He takes it down across the 50 into Vista Peak territory as he gets it down to the the 44-yard line. So another nice job by Trey McBride. And nice pass by Dalen Knapp to hit him in that crossing pattern.
Yeah, they just have Kyle Daniels run off the corner. And after watching that on film 3 or 4 games, you think they'd key on that when Trey comes down and cuts across.
A handoff to Tate Kimball in the backfield. He's going to get it down to about the 40, it looks like they're going to mark it. So that'll be a gain of 4. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 6 from the 40. So nice job, the Mustangs moving this ball here a little bit better. So 2nd and 6 from the, I guess they did get it down to the 40, or the 39. So wing back formation once again. Oh, they dropped the ball, and Knapp gets back on it. It was supposed to be a handoff to Tate Kimball. The ball comes out again, and apparently I thought Knapp was already down with it, but let's see what they end up doing.
Yep,
it's going to be 3rd down. So nice job by Dalen Knapp. So that'll bring up a 3rd and about 9 now.
3rd and 9.
But nice recovery there by Knapp as they missed the handoff with Kimball. 43-yard line. 3rd and 9, so we'll see what Fort Morgan come up with here to pick up most of this, if not all of it, and see what they do on fourth down if they don't pick it up. I formation once again. Nap back. It's going to be a screen out to Trey on that right side. He breaks a, does not. I thought he was going to break a tackle, but a nice shirt tackle on that far side. So a loss of one, looks like, back to the 44th. They're back to their original line of scrimmage, so it'll bring up 4th and 10 from the 44.
And it looked like he had more room to the outside. He tried to read the block, but the defender did a good job of jumping back inside.
Oh, they have a personal foul I did not see. Personal foul against...
roughing the passer, looks like.
Well, I don't know, because I didn't see the... Oh, maybe it was. Okay, I didn't see it. There it is. Because they were coming in on him, so I did not see that. So pardon me, that's going to be a 1st and 10 for Fort Morgan from the 29-yard line. I know they were coming in on him, but once he threw the pass, I kind of left my eyes off of Dalen at that time. But they must have nailed him once he threw the ball.
That's one of the things about keeping stats. I need to get with Bob and Eric Dorn. They're the official guys. Find out, does that 1 yard loss go against or go as a completion for Dalen, or is it wiped out by that penalty? But it's a personal foul after the play, so I think we give it to him and then add the 15 on.
So handoff around this left side to Tate Kimball. He has an opening. The 30 have another flag, 25-20, 15-10. But there is another flag, which will probably be another holdout here on this end.
About the same spot as last time.
So we'll see what... Yep, it's holding on Fort Morgan. So whoever this left... We'll have to see who that left end is out here, the left wide receiver. It's either Daniels or... I didn't see it. That came out of the I formation, I believe.
Yeah.
So it'll bring up a 1st and... Let's see where they mark it off. It's going to be about another 1st and 19 again, 1st and 18. As they will mark that off to the 43. So
38.
From the 38, so 1st and 18 from the 33. Full house formation for the Mustangs. Handoff to Toby over that right side, but he has stood up at about the 35 for a gain of 3. So not much running there for Toby. So 2nd and 16 from the 35.
2-yard gain. 2nd and 16.
Most of the success so far for Fort Morgan has been wide.
Yeah. And you got to keep running up inside just to keep them honest, but they got some big fellas in the middle.
So Hochnaudel and Rosales, I believe, in the backfield. Going to be a pass. Oh, it's going to be intercepted out on that left flat. Not a good pass out there by Knapp. And that's going to be intercepted out there and returned back to the 34.
You know, the other problem with undisciplined teams is if you let them hang around and you don't really, put it to them, then all of a sudden you have something, where you throw an interception and give them a little bit of momentum, and they can be dangerous.
Yeah, you just let them hang around. They get the feeling, well, we can win this game, and then you've got a battle on your hands for the rest of the afternoon. So 1st and 10, Bison from the 34, as they send 3 receivers to the right and 1 left. Smash him, hands off up the middle, and not much there as Justin Davis will get a couple out across the 35. That'll bring up 2nd and 8 from the 36 after that very short run. Toby McBride in on that tackle. Holt, single receiver to the right. Now we put Miller in the slot to the left. Bison will take a timeout, so we'll take one with him with 8:35 to go here. 2nd period of play. The Mustangs up 14-6 on B106 and B106.com. 14-6, Fort Morgan with 8:35 to go here. 2nd period of play. Vista Peak in possession after an interception. Smash him out here to the left, and it's going to be a complete catch. and knocked down out about the 43-yard line. He's going to be out a yard short is Holt. No, yes, it was Dylan Holt. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 1 from the 43.
7-yard gain. 3rd and 1 from the 43.
We'll see.
It wasn't a pretty pass. His receiver caught it on the shoelaces down by the ground and was able to pull it up. And the defender was just a little slow getting to him.
So 3 receivers right, 1 left. Snap back. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. And Davis breaks the tackle, breaks another tackle. Spin moves. He likes those spins, but it gets him clear down to the 38-yard line of Fort Morgan. So a nice run there by Davis as he had about 2 or 3 spin moves as he takes it downfield. So 1st and 10 from the Fort Morgan 38.
Almost looked like he was playing flag football the way he was spinning, trying to keep him from pulling his flags. But it was effective, and Fort Morgan's got to figure out a way to wrap him up and slow him down.
So 1st and 10, Bison as Smasham looks back, and it's going to be a pass over the middle, but out in front of his intended receiver. So that falls incomplete. We have a flag in the backfield, which may be a holding on Vista Peak. Looks like they're talking to Fort Morgan, so I'm sure if it's a hold, they will move him back. So not real bad on the penalties. We've had a couple against Fort Morgan on the holding. This is going to be holding on Vista Peak, so that will march them back. Let's see where they will take that back to the 48. So that will bring up a 1st and 20 from the 48. So smash him back into the huddle.
1st and 20.
Holt goes wide to the left. Quincy Sanders right along with Hawkins. I can't see who the other receiver is. Shotgun formation, snap back. Smash rolls out to his right. Going to hit these Hawkins out here in the right flat as he takes it to about the 44-yard line. So it's going to be a gain of about 4.
36, Jacob Fritzler.
So that'll bring up a 2nd and 16 from the 44.
4-yard gain. Penalty flag.
Penalty flag here at the 44, so we'll see what that's all about.
A sideline warning.
So we'll see what. So we have a sideline warning on Vista Peak. Apparently no. That's just the first warning, so they aren't going to march anything off. So 2nd and 16 from the Mustang 44.
44-yard line.
So we'll see what the Mustangs have in store for their defense this time. Holt to the left. Quincy Sanders also to the right. Shotgun formation, roll out here to the left, and that is going to be in and out of the hands of Holt. He had it there for a second, but dropped it. And Nate Gertner right there on the coverage.
Seen on that one, when he was bobbling or having a hard time picking it up, the defender got there in time to knock it free, and that was a good play by Gertner.
So bring up a 3rd down and 16. With 6:44 to go here, first half of play, the Mustangs up 14-6.
Big defensive stand for him here to keep the touchdown lead going into half and maybe get the ball back and extend it.
So Holt split wide right, 2 left. Shotgun formation, he drops the ball on the snap back, rolls out to his left, and it's going to be a little lob pass down this right side, but over the head of Holt. So that'll bring up a 4th down and 16 after that incomplete pass. Once again, not a good snap back from center.
The way their defense has been playing, I would imagine they are going to want to punt and pin Fort Morgan back.
So they're sending Colby Kraft back to punt. Kimball and Daniel stand back about their 10. Have a late oncomer here, Thrift for Vista Peak getting his position as they wait for the snap back. Fort Morgan not jumping. Nice. That's going to be a high punt. Fort Morgan just needs to get away from it, and they do. It lands about the 15. It's going to roll for the Bison as it will roll down inside the 10 to about the 9. So nice punt there by Thrift as it will be a 1st and 10 Fort Morgan from the 9.
Yep, 91 yards to take a 2-touchdown lead. Like to see him use up most of that 6. Tate would probably like to see him take about 15 as he scampers around the end for 91 yards.
He'll see how many yards he can get for the. I think Vista Peak is a fairly quick team, so we'll see what Fort Morgan has in store here as they are in that wingback formation once again. Rosales in the backfield, Tate to the left. Puts Tate in motion left to right, and Knapp pitches it back. It's on the ground, but Tate picks it up. But he is going to be brought down back inside the 5, maybe about the 3. Going to be a loss of about 6.
That play kind of blew up on him, and Vista Peak took something out of Weld Central's playbook a couple weeks ago. They really seem to be getting a lot of penetration and people shooting through.
So 2nd and 15 from the 4, they're saying. So we'll see what Fort Morgan does here. Try to get out of this hole with 5:52 and counting here. Trying to see who they have in the backfield. Looks like Frank Rosales. Left side to Toby as he brought across the 10, but he is going to be brought down, across the 5, and he will be brought down about the 8. So maybe a gain of about 4.
So it's trying to get some breathing room.
4-yard gain.
So
you'll get enough room so that you can punt without having Tate back on his end line.
So 3rd and 12 from the 8. Under center once again. It looks like Vista Peak is bringing everybody. And it's a handoff to Toby around that right side. And could not get the stiff arm like he wanted to, but he gets it out to about the 13-yard line. So that will bring up a 4th down. As Fort Morgan fails to convert on 3rd, it's going to be about 4th and 6.
4th and 6 from the 13.
And that's a pretty good job to get that ball after that first down loss of 5 to get it back to where you have some room to punt. And with good coverage, we can hold them out at about midfield.
So 4:25 to go here, first half of play. Tate Kimball drops back to about to the goal line. And we will see, have a good snap here and a nice deep kick by Tate. Nice snap back. Nice spiral kick by Tate as it will go across the 50 to Holt. And that looks like a block in the back, and that will be called. It will come back. You do get it down to about the Mustang 44, but it will come back, and that block in the back was back in Vista Peak territory at about the 46. That'll be a 10-yard march off from there.
Yeah, I think there's one. Yep, there's a couple different calls, so take the one that moves them farthest back.
That's right. So it looks like they had a holding over here, I believe. We'll see what the call is. We got an illegal push in the back on Vista Peak. And that will take the ball back. So that was a nice flip position there for the Mustangs as Vista Peak will now take over from their own 35.
Penalty brings the ball back to the 35.
Yeah, again, we'll always take the help that Vista Peak's players want to give us. But I think the coach has been looking for a challenge, and so far this is going to be probably the biggest challenge we've had so far. It's the closest game at halftime that we'll have had for the day, or the year.
So Holt to the right, smash him in the shotgun formation, trips to the left, and Smashham's going to keep it out here to this left side, and he is going to be forced out of bounds across the 35 out to the 38, so it's going to be a gain of 3. So 2nd and 7 from the 38 as We got Breedenbach on his tail to get him forced out of bounds.
3-yard gain. Third gain,
So-
second and 7.
I just received word. I'm sure most of the fans out there probably aren't aware, but the Fort Morgan 6th grade tackle team was playing for the championship in Greeley today, and we just found out that they ended up winning barely at the end. So
Good for them.
congratulations to Fort Morgan youth football.
So Smasham rolls out to his left, looks to, as he is being forced, and it's going to be a comeback and caught. Oh, looked like he threw the ball back. I think he was already out of bounds. I'm not sure what. We have a flag back here at the Morgan 45. So we'll see if that may be a defensive hold,
Penalty flag.
interference.
Maybe when the throw was short, someone grabbed hold of him and kept him from going.
So Holt, I believe that was Holt that caught it on that far sideline. So
It looks like they're going backwards on it, so maybe offensive pass interference.
could be. They're still having a little discussion out there about the 40. So we're seeing what the penalty is going to be. The referee's coming over to tell us now. It is a pass interference on the offense. So that is a big help with 3:44 to go here, second period of play, as that will take it clear back down to the 33-yard line.
Penalty brings the ball back to the 23-yard line.
Or the 23, excuse me.
So second and 22. And thankfully, fans that were at or listened to the
22.
Weld Central game remember the 300 or so, well, it's a slight exaggeration, but huddles by the officials to find out what they're doing. This was the first one today that I can remember where they had to get together to really figure out what's going on. But they got it right, and Fort Morgan's got them in a hole.
So second and 22 from the 23, as we will have another conference by the side judge and the referee. I'm not just sure what they're still wondering about where the mark is supposed to be on the field. So we'll see what. And we're going to get one more guy in. 3 wasn't enough. So I'd also like to say welcome to all our people that listen to us out on the internet. My son had texted me last week from Michigan that he was listening to the game last week against Lutheran. So.
All right, out-of-state people, Fort Morgan alumni and fans, as well as those who are working or just didn't want to make the drive down here, have a chance to listen in their cars while they're traveling and such. So.
Now we're going to bring the fifth member of the officiating crew in, because I thought it was a completion, because they marked it off from your. Let's see, because that had
But it
been,
should be back from the original line of scrimmage. You're not going to
Right.
mark it from the completion. But yeah, I don't know what they're talking about here unless.
Yep, they must have got it. Yeah, now they're going to come over and explain it to the coach of Vista Peak.
And that makes sense. It was the line judge that was next to the coach that came out with the question, so he probably wanted to get clarification.
So we will leave it right where it's at after that discussion. Second and 22 from the 23. Shotgun formation back. He rolls out to his right. Going to be a pass, and it's going to be caught by Hawkins out at the 32, and he is going to be pushed out of bounds at about the 37-yard line.
Tackled by number 11, Kyle Daniels.
So third and about 8
Pretty
from the 37.
pretty loose coverage there.
14-yard gain.
So we'll see what.
Third and 8.
That prevent defense maybe.
We have Sanders winds up to the right. Holt goes left along with Hawkins. And shotgun formation once again. Low snap. Rolls out to his left, and it's going to be a catch out there on the far sideline. And that will be enough for the first down as Angelo Rivera comes up with the tackle, but not till they get the first down. So nice job there by Vista Peak to pick up that 23 yards they needed for first down. So first and 10 from the 46.
Hawkins turning out to be his favorite receiver today with 5 catches already.
Seems like Fort Morgan is backing off of them a little bit. They don't want to get burned on the long one, I guess is what they're up to. So 1st and 10. Getting rid of some gloves here, I guess, as they stop play. So 1st and 10 with 3 minutes on the clock here in the second period of play. Mustangs up 14-6. Smash him back. He hands off up the middle. And not much there. Let's see who that was that they gave it to. It looks like Davis on that far side as he maybe gets, going to be basically no gain, maybe a quarter of a yard.
1 yard gain.
So it will be 2nd and 9 from the 44. So they actually marked that at the 40.
It's one of those tough ones where they get almost a full yard, but at what point do you give them that yard? Because if you give them the yard, then the next guy gains, gets shorted a half a yard.
All comes out in the wash. Huh?
Yep.
The ball is on the ground, and Fort Morgan, we have a flag on the. I don't know where there's going to be movement on Vista Peak again.
Yeah, I think they're going to call it.
What?
Yeah. So.
Okay. Mustangs.
Dead ball.
So a dead ball. So kind of, I don't know what that first sign was. It looked like you had holding or something, but it will be 2nd down and about 14 now.
Yeah, I think maybe illegal motion. I think the quarterback pulled out before the snap, and that's why the snap was bad.
So 2nd and 14 from the 42. Smash him under center this time, and now Fort Morgan jumps. We'll see if anybody, they're going to call Fort Morgan for the offsides. So bring it back to 2nd and 9 from the 47, excuse me.
Right.
Actually, they had them in between the 46 and 47, but they never moved.
So that was, now it's back to the 47. So 2nd and 9 from the 47. That was the first time Fort Morgan had been drawn off.
And I think they got about 3 inches on the 2 walk-offs.
Yeah.
2nd and 9.
So the clock is running, and that's an important thing for Fort Morgan right now.
Minute 25. Holt goes in motion. Going to be a pass out here into the flat, but it's going to be dropped by Holt. Incomplete pass. So it'll bring up 3rd and 9. Holt goes in motion from right to left, and then cuts back out into the flat. But he was open, but was not a good throw by Smasham. Now they've got the ball on the other side of the 47. Every time they mark the ball, they get about a couple of feet.
Yeah, that's interesting. I imagine they're probably figuring they're not going to run, so it's not going to make a huge amount of difference. If it was on the goal line and they gave them that 12 inches, that might make a difference.
So 2 receivers right. Smash him once again in the backfield, hands off up the middle, and he is going to be, not smash him, but it is Davis, I believe, on the carries. He gets it out to the 49, so a gain of only 2. So it'll bring up a 4th down and 7 from the 49. Down to a minute to go here, first half of play. We'll see what looks like Vista Peak is willing to punt the ball away as they send Colby Kraft back to punt. Kyle Daniels, the lone returner, back at about the 15-yard line. Down to 40 seconds and counting here. First half of play, Mustang 14-6. Snap back. Nice end over in. We have a penalty flag. They're going to call offsides on Morgan. Now, I don't know what they're.
Why you would call it dead? Well, I guess if they were offsides, it's dead ball foul in high school.
No, it's going to be against Vista Peak. They looked over at the Mustangs, so it's going to be I guess they lined up offsides.
Well, that goes to their advantage. It takes more time off the clock for Fort Morgan.
So 4th and 12 back to the 44.
4th and 12.
Kyle Daniels and Tate Kimball back now at the 20. As Fort Morgan tries to put the rush on to get a block. And the snap, it's almost over his head, but nice catch, end over end punt to Tate Kimball at the 20. At the 50, at the 25, across the 30, 35, 40, and he may go if they can get a block. He'll go, but he is going to be knocked out of bounds with 5.6 seconds to go at about the Vista Peak 41-yard line. Couldn't quite get that block out there.
Good defense by that one safety for Vista Peak. Saved.
It looks like there's one on the 40.
Now there's penalties, one on the 40 and maybe another one. So hold,
Okay.
maybe we'll bring it back.
Okay.
Fort Morgan will take a knee.
They're showing it against Vista Peak. We'll see what... it's against Vista Peak. I didn't catch what the personal foul. Maybe it was a late hit. No. Well, if it was back here, it wouldn't have been a late hit. Unless there was another penalty somewhere.
Well, unless, after the play, there was some blocking and, but no one was ejected, so it wasn't a fight. And now Fort Morgan is giving the ball on the 30 with one play to try and toss it up and get it to someone.
1st and 10 at the 30 with 5.6 seconds. So we'll see what they come up with here. 14-6 Fort Morgan. Oh, Franny's going to try a field goal. But it looks like Fort Morgan call a timeout.
Yeah, give Franny a little time to think about it.
So this Fort Morgan timeout is brought to you by Early Toyota East. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Early Toyota East in Fort Morgan will fit you into the car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, Early Toyota East.
Well, certainly not the way we anticipated the first half going, with the half going to end on a field goal attempt.
Maybe Fort Morgan figure they're going to try this because they will get the ball to start the second half.
Right.
So this will be a 47-yard field goal.
I always think of long field goals and think of the kicker's mind. Oh, I'm going to maybe take 3 long steps instead of my normal 3 steps, and I've got to kick a little lower to get the distance, and kind of lets it open, a little more open for blocking. But Fort Morgan's done a pretty good job. I think we've had, one blocked PAT all season.
Yep.
And I'm sure the guys are conscious up front that they've got to block on this play.
So Dalen Knapp, unless they're going to try a fake out of this, but I don't. So ball is down. The kick is, see if it's long enough, but it's going to be way left. But nice try as we have 7/10 of a second. They're saying there's 7/10 of a second left on the clock.
Well, you had the distance. It just was a little bit off to the left.
So the field goal was no good.
So does Vista Peak think they're going to try one? In high school they get it back at the 20. So that was another reason to go for it, because there's really no harm in missing it.
No. So we'll see if Vista Peak, with their speed receivers, give them a shot downfield, but we'll see. So we'll see. They look like they're going to line up to take a knee, but we'll watch these. Yep, it's going to take a knee with 7/10 of a second left. So that's how the first half will come to an end. Fort Morgan 14, Vista Peak 6 on B106 and B106.com. With Kevin Rohde, this is Brian Nickel here at Aurora Public School Stadium at Hinckley High School in Aurora. We have Michaela Clipper and Julie Garcia running the boards for us today back at Fort Morgan. Doing a nice job as always. So we will see what Fort Morgan comes out with here, as they will receive the first possession in the second half. Some of the league leaders for Fort Morgan, if I can find my paperwork here. The rushing yards, Tate Kimball, first, I believe, second in the league with 734 yards. Toby is fourth with 466. Total points, Tate is number one with 92 points. As far as sacks, Alex Mai sits at number 5 with 2. Trey McBride with 3. He sits at number 2. Interceptions on the year, Andy Bain, and I think there's a number of individuals in the league that have 2 interceptions. Nate Gertner sits at 4th with 1. The point after leaders is Franny Gonzalez. He is 30 of 32 from trying the point after. That's just because Fort Morgan puts the ball in the end zone so much. Because the next, I don't have what the next one is, but John Hoeknadel sits at 6th, and he has 5 of 6. So he's had his little chance there when Franny was playing soccer. Number 1 in punt return leaders is Kyle Daniels with 137 yards. He has 14 attempts, 9.8 yard average. Back here to start this second half of play will be the Mustangs as they get the kickoff, and it will go to Dalen Knapp at the 5, the 10, across this left side, across the 20, and he will be brought down at the 24. I don't see any laundry on the field, so I think we're good. So first and 10. Let's see, they won't call it the 25-yard line.
First and 10 Mustangs.
So Fort Morgan once again
5-yard line.
was expecting that onside kick.
It must have been that Vista Peaks run that a few times over the season. Now we'll see what adjustments both teams have made at half and which coach has made the right moves.
So I formation for the Mustangs. Marquez left and Daniels to the right. It's going to be a handoff to Tate Kimball over that right side. He gets it to about the 30 and still fighting. So he'll get it out to maybe the 32. So that's a gain of 7. So second and 3 from the 32.
7-yard gain to the 32.
Good hard running inside there for Kimball.
I formation once again for the Mustangs. This time Kimball around the left side as he breaks the tackle, and he will have enough for the first down as he gets it out to the 37-yard line. So a gain of 5.
That time he's able to cut it outside because, again, Toby is able to flatten the left defensive end. Seems to have a little more trouble with the right defensive end.
So first and 10, Fort Morgan from their own 37. I formation once again for Fort Morgan. Going to be a handoff to Tate over that left side. Nice block out there again. And Tate breaks the tackle, and then he is brought down at the 46, but they're stopping the clock. We have a flag at the 40.
It looked like maybe one of them got their hand up in the face mask, but Vista Peaks clapping, so it's going back the other way.
Looks like it may be a hold. Yeah, they have to talk about it again. We'll see what they're holding on Fort Morgan. So that will bring up a first and long for Fort Morgan. First and 17 from the 30.
Kind of like Fort Morgan getting back to that power game. Just keep running back and forth. Eventually Tate's going to break one as their defenders get tired of being pounded back by the Fort Morgan lead blockers.
So I formation once again for Fort Morgan. Going to be handoff to Tate on this left side. He breaks it across the 35 and he gets it out to the 37, back to the original line of scrimmage.
Number 20, Tate Kimball carries the ball.
So that'll bring up a second and 10 from the 37.
7-yard gain.
So nice job that time by Tate.
From the 37.
So manageable now here, second down for Fort Morgan. Mustangs go left to right, north to south here at Hinckley High School. I formation going to be handoff this time over the left side. Once again, 40, 45, 50. He's in the open. 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. And no laundry on the field this time. So Fort Morgan increases that lead now to 20-6 with 9:55 to go here in this third period of play.
That was again, kind of off tackle, and he broke a couple, arm tackles, and then he was in the clear. And we know how fast Tate can be getting down that field.
So nice job, Franny Gonzalez in now for the PAT. That was a 63-yard run by Tate. Once he got through that line of scrimmage, it was open. And it looks like the PAT is once again good. So that brings the score now Fort Morgan 21, Vista Peak 6 on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Aurora Public School Stadium, the Mustangs now up 21-6 after that 63-yard run by Tate. Gives Fort Morgan a little bit of breathing room here, but still very early here in this third period of play with 9:55 to go. But something Fort Morgan needed to do was to establish that line of scrimmage, and they seem to have done that on that first possession. 4 plays, even after they had a holding penalty. High kick, but it's going to come down out about the 5. It's going to be dropped on the ground, picked up, and the returner, looks like it's going to be Hawkins, is going to be dropped out about the 15.
And he is not feeling very good. He had 2 tacklers on him, and a third Fort Morgan player came running in, and not on purpose, but there's a little head-to-head contact there as they went down in the pile, and we knock him out. He's their leading receiver right now.
So 9:50 to go here in this third period of play.
We'll see what adjustments Vista Peak's done. Obviously, on defense, Fort Morgan is going to try and stop some of that passing, but continue to not let them beat them deep.
So Hawkins split wide right. Holt comes to the left in motion, and he is being hounded from the back. If Trey can bring him down, and he does bring him down. Yeah, he's going to call him for the horse collar tackle, I believe, as he got him by the neck.
Unfortunately, great play by him, but he's got to go for the legs, not jump and grab that shoulder pad.
So that will be a personal foul on Fort Morgan, as they will march it off.
At least it's a spot foul instead of.
Horse collar on Trey. So is that so that'll bring up a first and about 1.
Yeah.
So horse collar.
Yep, he got a hold of the shoulder pads and tackled him by using that leverage, and then,
that's how people. We're trying to prevent that. That's how people go down and get their knees taken out from under them. So Holt goes in motion from right to left, handoff up the middle, out to the 31, and that is Davis, Justin Davis, with the first down run. So that'll bring up a 1st and 10 now from the 31 for Vista Peak. Arroyo with the stop on the play.
And so maybe they're going to go back to the inside run a little bit, or maybe just because that was a 1st and 1, wanted to get the first down.
So Hawkins split wide left, smash him in the shotgun formation, looks down this left side. It's a jump ball, and he comes back. Hawkins comes back for it. Nice job by Hawkins right in front of Angelo Rivera. So Angelo Rivera kind of overran it. Hawkins came back to it. So a nice job by Alex Hawkins to come back for that pass.
Absolutely. One of the things we've mentioned throughout the season, the Fort Morgan defenders don't seem to be able to find the ball, and that sometimes hurts him. And on that play, he was in position, and he should have been able to knock that ball down at the least.
Yeah, because none of his passes have been real bullets. I mean, that was kind of a sit and duck up there, but it found its receiver. So Hawkins now splits wide right. Holt goes in motion to the left. It's going to be handoff up the middle and brought down out about the 32 as Trey McBride And Jacob Fritzler on the tackle at the 32. So a gain of 4. So it'll be a 2nd and 6.
Seem to have Fort Morgan maybe a little bit off balance there. Going a little quicker.
So 2nd and 6 from the 32 for the Bison. Hawkins once again splits out to the right. Smash him under center as they send Holt in motion. It's going to be a pitch back. And he is going to, I thought he was going to get enough for a first down, but he won't. He'll be held just short, I believe, of first down territory as Davis takes the pitch around the right end. He'll be at the 27.
He's got some speed, Davis does. They just seem to be going into motion and trying to maybe confuse us a little bit with different looks. In every play so far, number 1, Holt's gone in motion.
Goes in motion once again. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and he is going to be hit in the backfield as Davis.
Toby did a great job of breaking through and breaking up that play to force a 4th down play now.
That's right, 4th down now. And we're going to call it 2 as they take him back to the 28. So 4th and 2. We're down to 7:05 here in the 3rd period of play. The Mustangs up 1-6.
Yeah, it's hopefully a tough 2 yards for them to make if
looks like
call timeout. Fort Morgan had either too many players on or a confusion on who was supposed to be out there.
So we have a timeout here. So we'll take one with them with 6:53 to go. The Mustangs up 21-6 on B106 and B106.com. Brian Nickel with Kevin Rohde here at Hinckley High School in Aurora. The Mustangs up 21-6 with 6:53 to go in the 3rd period of play. The Vista Peak Bison started at their own 15 and have taken it down to the Mustang 28, where it is now 4th and 2. And they have 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Smash him under center. Trying to do the hard snap, trying to draw Fort Morgan off sides. And now, nice job by the Mustang not to jump. So Vista Peak will call a timeout of their own, since that didn't work what they wanted to.
So both coaches understanding how pivotal this one play is in the overall scheme of things. We were talking off the air. You know, Fort Morgan stops them, goes down and scores. It's pretty much a done deal, I think. And Vista Peak makes this and goes down and scores. It's going to give them the momentum and make it a much more difficult afternoon for Fort Morgan.
It's a tight game here with Vista Peak. Something that will, if Fort Morgan goes ahead and wins this, something that they've been looking for, a tough, hard-fought game, just to see where they stand. And right now they're up 21-6.
You know, and here 4 weeks from now they're going to be playing on Saturday afternoons as they get into those playoffs. Those are Saturday games. Probably not quite this warm of a day, but it's good practice and good conditioning.
So smash him against in shotgun formation, rolls out. It looks out here to the left, and it is going to be caught for the, it will be enough for the first down as he gets it down to the 25. So they pick up the 2. So
yep, that was a well-conceived play, and hard to stop a little out by a receiver when another receiver leads upfield.
So they pick up 3. They needed 2. So 1st and 10 from the 25. Hawkins will split wide right. Holt once again lined up in the backfield. Smash him under center. They'll put Holt in motion once again. It's a pitch to the back again to Davis. He cuts it up inside, and he is going to be hit by Jacob Fritzler and Alex Mai as he will be dropped back to the, about the 27. So that would be a loss of 2. So 2nd and 12. Go ahead.
Toby did a really good job of breaking through there and making him turn upfield. And Toby was upset that he missed the tackle, but he did his job, which was to turn him back in where the other 10 guys were coming to make that tackle. So
yeah, they were having problems in that first half because those guys were making that corner and getting outside. Those defensive ends have got to contain that run. So smash him once again. Shotgun nation. Holt goes motion down the right side. It's going to be a deep pass, but it's going to be well over the head of Hawkins as the ball lands harmlessly in the end zone.
And the Fort Morgan defenders got to smash him there right at the end and put a hit on him as he was, opened up his body to throw. And I think a couple more like that's going to make him wonder a little bit before he steps into it.
So 3rd and 12 from the 27. Hawkins will split wide left now. They will send Sanders kind of a slot to the right, hold in the backfield, going to send him out to the right side. Smash him is going to be smashed back about the 45-yard. Oh, what are they going to call? They're going to call
personal foul for pushing his helmet afterwards.
Trey McBride, they're going to call a personal foul on McBride back at the 40. The pass was incomplete.
I think it was unfortunate. I think his helmet was coming loose, and as McBride got up, as he got up, the helmet rolled away, and the official thought that he swatted at the helmet, and that wasn't really the case. But smash him definitely was smashed on that play, and unfortunately, he's a little shook up. Looks like he's up and walking, which is a good thing. He's not going to be permanently hurt or any serious injury, but he did get hit pretty hard.
Trey's going to go off for a minute. So they will mark that clear down to the 13-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 13 after that personal foul.
Penalty advantage of the ball to the 13-yard line. 1st and 10 Bison.
So we'll see 1st and 10 from the 13. Send hold in motion right to left. Ball's on the ground. I don't know if he got on it or not. I think they're still fighting for it. It looks like maybe it's down at the 15. We'll see who got back on it. It looks like somebody from Vista Peak did get back on it. Another bad snap.
Yeah, back to 15. Yeah, so number 12, new quarterback for them, Chase Yeardley. Here comes Smashing back in after one play.
So 2nd and 12 from the 15. I don't know if maybe he had to come out of because he had lost his helmet. I'm not sure, but
he looked like he was not feeling very good. I think he came out because he was stunned by that tackle by Trey McBride.
So Holt wide left, and that's where they're looking. Going to be over this way to the left, and it's going to be caught. Nice job by Holt over Nate Gertner in the end zone for the touchdown. With 4:43 to go here in this 3rd period of play. Holt had the height advantage on Nate Gertner and also got the position on him. So touchdown Hold on that 15-yard pass.
So the game becomes more interesting.
So we'll see if the Bison want to go for 2. Yeah, we're having I guess I don't know what they were talking about. Looks like they're going to try and go for 2 to make this a 1 touchdown. So Smash'em has it. It's around this left side, and it's going to be into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and it is good. So the PAT 2-point is good to make this a 21-14 contest.
So both offenses come out after halftime and drive down and have good plays. I think arguably Vista Peak got a lot of benefit from Fort Morgan Mustang penalties on that, but Fort Morgan will clean that up and bring it back to them next drive.
So that was a 15-yard pass play to Dylan Holt for the touchdown. I didn't see who the 2-point was. Was that?
It was 11.
Was that Hawkins? Hawkins for the 2-point conversion to make it 21-14 with 4:43 to go. Took a little over 5 minutes off the clock on that possession. So Fort Morgan will have it. Hopefully, after Vista Peak kicks off here, is a deep kick to Anthony Arroyo as he gets it at about the 2, the 5, the 10, the 15, cuts it up the middle. He gets it out across the 20 to about the 22.
From the 2.
So the Mustangs
Tackle by number 37.
Mustangs with their second possession of the half.
Let's see if they go back to that I formation and just power football right and left until they get a break.
Well, they marked that out at the 23, so 1st and 10 from the 23. So 21-14, Fort Morgan. And they do line up in that I formation. Marquez wide left. Going to be a flag thrown. It looks like it's going to be offsides on Vista Peak.
Yeah, the defensive end on the left side. Got a little early start.
So 1st and 5 from the 28 should be coming up. So as you say, we'll take all the help we can get. Knapp comes back from the sideline as he talks to Coach Chisholm with the play that they want to run. So 1st and 5, Fort Morgan from the 28. Marquez right, or Marquez left and Daniels to the right. Going to be to Tate over that left side as he gets it out to the 30. It's only a gain of 2. So 2nd and 3. Looks like that John Hochnaudel was in there on that lead block, but Toby is coming back in now.
And they have Trey back in on offense. He sat out the rest of that defensive series after getting that personal foul. And you kind of do that to appease the officials. You want to let them know that you're over there talking to that kid after they make a mistake, although I'm not sure he did from what we could see.
So 2nd down. I think we're going to have offsides here again on Vista Peak. If it is, that will be a 1st down. Automatic 1st down for... Oh, they're going to call it on They're going to call motion on Fort Morgan back to the 25.
Penalty brings the ball back.
So here we give them back that 5 yards they gave us, not what the coaching staff is wanting.
It's now about a 2nd and 8 from the 25. Try to do that hard count, try to draw the Bison offside, and somebody moved for Fort Morgan. So I formation once again for the Mustangs. Quick snap, nice block. Tate Kimball gets it out across the 30. And as Phil out to the 35 as the Bison keep digging for that ball, but that will be a 1st down run for Fort Morgan, and Tate Kimball out to the 36.
And back on the point of attack, Toby McBride laid a hit on the defender, and he's down, and looks like he's holding his knee, and I know that Toby didn't hit him low. Somehow his knee got hurt. I don't know if Toby was involved in that or not, but Toby was standing over him, consoling him.
So we'll go ahead and take a break here with 3:36 to go. Fort Morgan 21, Vista Peak 14 on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Hinckley High School with Kevin Rohde. This is Brian Nickel. The injured Bison still down on the ground. It's hard to tell just what they're looking at. Something with the lower leg that they're working on, maybe a knee, ankle. I'm not sure what it is, but they have not moved him as of yet.
Yep. Looking forward to next week in the Colorado 7 League. We have Fort Morgan hosting Inglewood. We have Inglewood at home next week, and Skyview will be playing Weld Central. No, that was last night, sorry. Elizabeth will be playing Skyview, and Weld Central will be playing Fort Lupton. And I think later on in the season, I guess there's one more game somewhere in there that I missed. Vista Peak will be playing Lutheran. So that ought to be a good game next Saturday at 2 p.m., I believe, here at Vista Peak, Lutheran. That'll be a game of probably the two teams that will hopefully be fighting for second place.
Yeah, I hope so. It looks like that injured player was Rosdrick Anderson, and they're helping him off to the sidelines here. They're going to send him down here on the bench here in a second. So looks like he's putting a little weight on that leg. But anyway, back to the game. 1st and 10, Fort Morgan after Tate Kimball takes to the first down. Tate Kimball around that left side again. Busts it outside, gets a block on the outside, and he's going to go 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Tate Kimball into the end zone for the Fort Morgan Mustangs.
64 yards.
As he takes it
Touchdown, Fort Morgan Mustangs.
into the end zone. Now Mustangs up 27-14 with 3:14 to go here in this third period of play.
Seems to be a trend. He's got all 4 touchdowns. The first one 12 yards, the next one 16, then 63, and now 64 yards. Tate Kimball having a great game, and I think the plan coming out of halftime was let's stop being fancy and try and do all these plays for the next teams that are scouting us, and let's just come with what got us here, our bread and butter, and that's Toby McBride being upfield and cutting off that block.
And there's always a hole there. Toby makes a hole. So the PAT is up and once again is good for Fort Morgan. So with 3:14 to go, Fort Morgan 28, Vista Peak 14 on B106 and B106.com. With Kevin Rohde, this is Brian Nickel. The Mustangs up now 28-14 after Tate Kimball takes it 64 yards down that left sideline for the touchdown, and Freddy Gonzalez with the point after. So Fort Morgan will kick off from the usual 40-yard lines. Hawkins and can't see who else is over there.
Davis, I think, on the far side.
Okay. Another nice kick by Franny at about the goal line, across the 20, the 25, and he has broken. Oh, he fell down. If he wouldn't have fallen down, he would have gone. He just had Franny Gonzalez, but Franny did his job. He made him cut, and
he's lucky there, Davis. At the end, he came up in his frustration. He threw that football about 10 yards, and I know a few officials that would have thrown a penalty on that because you can't display that kind of emotion. But it's an emotional game, so good field position for Vista Peak at the 40, though.
Yeah, he broke that right up the middle, and Franny was there to make him change direction. When he did, his feet went out from under him. So,
wonder what thoughts were going through Franny. Like, they didn't tell me I would have to tackle.
That's right. So snap back, and it's going to be, a big hit at the 40. Oh, and then we have a flag. I didn't see what the flag would have been. There's a nice tackle there, nice hard tackle. I'm not sure what the penalty was on that. He only got it about 2 yards. Yeah, he hit him. It looked like it was a good hard tackle right in his midsection.
Yep.
I'm not sure what the...
is that the running back that's down?
No, I think so.
The lineman.
But I'm not sure just what... that was a hard hit, but I don't know what the penalty was.
Unless it was taunting afterwards. Because some of the Fort Morgan players were dragging someone away from the play afterwards.
So nobody's...
Yep, that
is
three.
Davis. Justin Davis, a senior. I missed what they just called against Fort Morgan. I don't know what the penalty was, but it will take the ball down to the Mustang 43.
Yeah, maybe taunting or...
So it'll be 1st and 10, Vista Peak from the Mustang 43-yard line. Snap back. Going to be to Holt, and he doesn't get much as Nate Gertner wraps him up, and then Frank Rosales and Fritzler hit him at about the 37. So second down for Vista Peak, 3rd and about 4.
Gertner doing a good job of wrapping up his feet, not letting him get downfield, and then a couple Fort Morgan defenders came and finished him off.
So for 2nd and 4 from the 37. Shotgun formation once again, trips to the right. Going to be a handoff around that right side. as they will get enough for the first down. Looked like the ball was on the ground. We'll see if Fort Morgan comes up with it or not. We'll see what happens. Well, they just call a Vista Peak ball at about the 32. So a run of 5 as they got that right outside corner. So 1st and 10 from the 32. Down to 2:08 and counting here in the third period of play. Fort Morgan up 2 touchdowns, 28-14. Vista Peak on the march as they started from their own 40. Helped with a 15-yard penalty after that first play. So 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, smash him in shotgun, and he is hit when he throws it, and it's going to be well over the head of the intended receiver, Holt, as he was being rushed in that backfield. So nice job by the Fort Morgan defense.
Yeah. Put pressure on him and make him throw faster.
So 2nd and 10 from the 32. Holt's going to go wide right. Hawkins to the left. Under center once again. It's a handoff, and that runner, if that was Davis, and they meet him before he gets back to the line of scrimmage. It will be a loss of about, loss back to the 33, so a loss of 1. So it'll bring up a 3rd and 11.
Good defensive stand right here. We'll see whether they can keep them from passing for the 11 yards they need at this point.
3rd and 11 from the 33. 2 receivers right, Holt to the top. Smash him in the shotgun formation once again. Gets the snap back, looks down, has plenty of time. Ball down the left sideline and just over the intended receiver, Dylan Holt. So that will bring up a 4th and 11. So nice job. Now Holt is down on the ground at the goal line. So 4th and 11 from the 33. So Holt landed pretty hard on that. Is that right side?
With his arm stretched out, sometimes you can pop that collarbone on the play like that, knock the wind out of you, but now they're looking at cramps. So
yeah, looks like he must be cramping up a little bit. So throwing the water bottle down to him, try to get him uncramped. We'll give you a few messages here from our sponsors. High Plains Bank offers a wide variety of products that can be customized to fit your individual needs. See what over a century of customer service can do for you at High Plains Bank in Wiggins. Better Electric, better quality, better service, better results. It's Better Electric and also the home of Sterling Trailers, your Big Tex headquarters. First National Bank in Fleming. Bank your financial needs with a Logan County home-owned bank since 1917. First National Bank in Fleming, member FDIC.
well, a hot day, and if the youngsters aren't hydrating themselves while they're out there, the heat can catch up with them. And there's been a lot of running, a lot of plays, and those receivers are running downfield an awful lot. So
Cramp up here, so I think we'll go ahead and take a 30-second break here and be back with more Mustang football on B106 and B106.com. Brian Nickel with Kevin Rohde here at Hinckley High School. The Mustangs up 28-14 with 1:04 to go here in this third period of play. And we still have the, is that Hawkins, I believe, that was down there?
I'm not sure whether it was Hawkins or
Holt. One or the other is still laying. He got him up. He must be cramping pretty bad. He can't even.
Sometimes when you make that leap after you've run down the field, it just snaps that hamstring or calf just right to get it to cramp up. And it was Hawkins down there.
Well, he is pretty slow. That looks more like, that's like more than just a cramp. He really looks like he's hurting. I don't know. Landed on his hip wrong, maybe. I'm not sure. But
well, certainly Vista Peak will miss Hawkins. He's got 6 catches and a touchdown. Quite an athlete for him.
because it doesn't look like he's carrying it like a cramp. He is just real slow, like he is just all stove up. It would just...
Yeah. The only time I've seen anyone walk like that, they had a broken pelvis, and that was a long time ago. I'm sure that's not what happened to him here, but, you know, it just...
So, fresh, the play goes on as they bring Hawkins over, and that was 4th and 11, and that was an incomplete pass over on the side as Smasham was rushed and out of the pocket, and his pass goes incomplete. So turnover on downs with a minute to go.
Fort Morgan doing a much better job of forcing incompletions the second half than they did in the first half. Smasham only has 4 completions on 8 plays.
So 1st and 10 from the 33. So big possession here for the Mustangs. If they can march it down the field and get it in the end zone, get this a 3-possession score. Spread here, that would be big. Going to go to the... Going to be hand off to Tate Kimball around this left side as he breaks it across the 40 and holds on to that ball, and he's going to go down to about the 46-yard line as they were set up in that split back offense. So first down run for Tate Kimball. He will take it to the 46-yard line. Run of 13. They do mark it out to the 47. So 14 yards on the play. Marquez split wide left. Under center again is Knapp's. Going to be a handoff right up the middle to Frank Rosales as he will get it to the 50 and maybe down to the 49 of Vista Peak. So that'll be a gain of 4. Bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Mustangs from the Bison 49.
We're going to have a third quarter end here. Now, certainly Fort Morgan's not spreading the ball around as much as they have in the past, but, you know, Rosales showing that he's definitely a valued runner for Fort Morgan as he comes in and spells the other players.
Yep. So that brings the third quarter to an end with the Mustangs up 28-14 on B106 and B106.com. Start here this 4th period of play. The Mustangs at 28-14. 4 touchdowns this afternoon for Tate Kimball. 2 of those runs, one was 63 yards, another was 64 yards. It will be Fort Morgan ball here, 2nd and 6 from the Vista Peak 49. Looks like Hawkins is still sitting on the sidelines. So Marquez split wide left, and we have Toby and Tate in the backfield once again for the Mustangs. So we'll see if they decide they want to go left or right. Knapp under center gives it to Tate around this left side. Nice big block, but Tate is going to about a yard as Holt comes up from the backfield and takes Tate down. So that will bring up a 3rd and 5 from the 48.
Gain of 1 yard, 3rd and 5 from the 48.
So Knapp back in from the sideline. See what they come up with here on 3rd and 5. I formation once again. Daniels and Marquez split wide, split left and right. It's going to be to Tate over that right side. Follows Nate Cage and Toby McBride, and he will get first down yardage as he will get it down to the near ref is saying the 41. It's going to be like the 42. So a gain of 6. So 1st and 10 for Fort Morgan after Tate Kimball takes it 6 yards.
Yeah, in second half it's been Tate Kimball on every carry except for the one by Rosales just a couple minutes ago. And he's got 10 carries already. And I think they're showing Vista Peak and the world that Tate Kimball is our workhorse, and he's going to be the one that's going to get the ball.
Yep. So I formation once again. Tate Kimball on this left side. He is hit in the backfield, though, and he is going to be dropped for about a 2-yard loss back to the 44-yard line. So 2nd and 12 from the 48.
So we'll see if they go back to him.
See if they try to go.
From the 44.
Tate goes out for this play. We'll see who if they've brought Rosales in or who has come in, but it is 2nd and 12. We're down to 10-14 and counting here. Fort Morgan 28, Vista Peak 14. Fort Morgan on a drive, now 2nd and 12. Toby, and I can't see who the back is, going to be around this left side. That's Anthony Arroyo. Cuts it up to the 40. He cuts it outside to the 35, the 30, and he is going to be shoved out of bounds. But he will get the first down yardage as he will get it down to the 29-yard line. So nice job there by Anthony Arroyo as he picks up that first down yards.
And Toby did a good job of sealing the end, and Trey was downfield blocking the corner. And Arroyo just did a really good job of running and getting some positive yards, 15-yard carry.
So Arroyo is still in there as the deep back behind Toby. I formation once again. It's going to go to Toby this time over the right side, 25-20, 15, and Toby takes it down inside the 15 to the 12. So he rumbles down to the 12-yard line. So now 1st and 10 from the 12.
And I think if they put this one in, it's going to dishearten Vista Peak a little bit to be down 3 touchdowns with only 9 minutes left.
So we'll see. I don't see Hawkins standing down. Oh, he's standing on the sidelines now. So I formation, Anthony Arroyo once again, the deep back. Snap to Arroyo over that right side. Hit initially in the backfield at the 10. And he is going to take it down to about the 5, I believe. See where they finally mark it at. We'll bring up a 2nd down. Got to the 6, it looks like. It's about a 6-yard gain, so it'll be 2nd and 4 from the 6.
Gain of 6 yards.
So Anthony Arroyo doing the work right now. I formation once again. Daniels and Marquez split left and right. It's going to be a handoff to Toby once again across the 5 into the end zone for the touchdown. Toby McBride takes it in from 6 yards out. 34 to 14 with 8:49 to go here in this 4th period of play. Nice job there by the Mustangs on that drive and to pound it into the end zone for that touchdown.
And a little bit of relief by all the Mustangs over on the other side. An unfamiliar feeling getting in the 4th quarter and still, not having it completely decided.
So a nice 6-yard run there by Toby McBride. That hole was open. We could see it from up here where we are. That offensive line did a nice job. Snap back, the kick is up, and it is just inside the upright. So with 8:49 to go, Fort Morgan 35, Vista Peak 14 on B106 and B106.com.
Bison 14. Mustangs scoring drive, 67 yards in 9 plays, taking 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Scoring on a 6-yard touchdown punt by number 32, Toby McBride.
Yeah, you need to talk to somebody about getting a better reception up here. It's all fuzzy.
So we'll see what.
Can't even watch TV while I'm trying to work. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, we'll see how far Franny can kick this one. Maybe put it in the end zone.
35 to 14, 8:49 to go. That was a, let's see, 9-play drive that started from the Fort Morgan 33. Toby takes it the last 6 yards. So Franny to kick off once again. So that makes me feel just a little bit better, and I'm sure it does the coaches too. So
absolutely,
as they just do what they do best. That's Toby and Tate, and this time also Anthony Arroyo. So a nice deep kick. It may go into the end zone, and it does. First touchback of the day for Toby. Or for Toby. I'm calling Toby too much. For Franny. So 1st and 10 for the Bison from the 20. So somebody else into the end zone today besides Tate. There was a nice big hole there for Toby to run through. So we'll see if Hawkins is back out on the field after he looked like he couldn't hardly do anything. I'm not sure if that's him right here in front of us or not. But 1st and 10, Vista Peak, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Shotgun formation as he looks out to the left, and the pass is going to be, it was hit initially by Trey McBride and ends up falling incomplete, almost picked off. So that will bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 20.
That would certainly seal the deal if he could pick that and go in for a touchdown.
A lot closer coverage that time on that receiver than we've seen. Is that?
I think
that's Hawkins is still not back in the game. He still doesn't look like he's feeling very good. So a pitch back out here to the left to Davis, and he is going to be taken down in the backfield by Toby McBride. As he will drop him back at the 13-yard line. So that'll be a loss of 7. Bring up a 3rd and 17 from the 13.
Fort Morgan's defense asserting itself a little bit now. As kind of a little bit of the pressure's off, they can go for the big plays maybe.
So we'll see what... looks like Luis Garcia in at the deep back. I don't see Tate Kimball in there right now. Shotgun formation looks out here to the right side, and it's going to be a pass to Holt, but hit immediately by Nate Gertner at the 25-yard line, so a gain of 12. But that will bring up a 4th down.
A 12-yard gain to the 25.
So that'll bring up a 4th and 5. From the 25s, you know that they will, being down 3 touchdowns, that they will go for it. So Lewis, let's see if we have in there. Tyler Dunn is in there, I believe, also in the backfield now. Nate Gertner, Kyle Daniels, Angelo Rivera. Snap back as they look out to the left. It's going to be a deep pass down that left sideline and going to come up just over the head of Holt, and Daniels back there too and over his head. So the Fort Morgan Mustang defense holds. So it will be 1st and 10 Fort Morgan from the 25.
And Smasham got hit again right as he was throwing, and he's a little disgusted with himself that they're not going to win, and he's a little slow getting off the field now. He's decided to get off. So
bringing the card over here for somebody. That was that kid that was hurt earlier that's laying down here on the bench.
Hurt the knee or ankle.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe they're just, we'll see what they're doing. Anyway, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Fort Morgan Mustangs from the Vista Peak 25. Daniels goes wide right, Marquez to the left. I formation once again. Hognadel is a bad snap, but Knapp comes up with it, and he will get a couple as he will get it down to the 23. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 8 from the 23.
By number 63, Avery Papita.
Yeah, it's a couple times now that Knapp's turned the wrong way. I'm sure they'll work on that in the coming week. Fort Morgan kind of looking at maybe having it a little easy here next week with Inglewood, and then going to an Elizabeth team that's somewhat in disarray, and then finishing at home with Fort Lupton. You know, there's really not much chance of a hiccup down the road on those.
So handoff to Anthony Roy over that right side, gets a hole across the 20, and he gets it down. Did he lose? I don't see any indication of a fumble, so he does come up with it, or holds on to it, excuse me, as he gets down to the 12. It's going to be about a 3rd and 2. After Arroyo takes it for 6, down to the 17.
Good hard running there. You know, Fort Morgan still just sticking to what it's good at. You know, the passing and some of the other stuff we'll do, and maybe we need to do that, but we showed that when we need to, we can power run it too.
That's for sure. Is that Frank Rosales and Anthony Arroyo in the backfield, or John Hognadel, excuse me, but Arroyo gets across the 15 and down to 1st down territory as he will get it down to the 12. So a 1st down for Anthony Arroyo as Arroyo and John Hognadel We're the backs.
First down.
So it'll be 1st and 10. Let's see.
Here comes Rosales and Forbes in. Or is it Perea?
George Perea is 21.
Okay, that's Perea. Because I was a little confused. I went online and they didn't show Forbes as having any carries. And we certainly called his name several times. So I guess Perea was the guy that's been in all this time. Yeah. 21.
I keep it written down here because it keeps confusing me, which doesn't take a lot. So I got to keep it down here to on my notes here. So that'll bring up a 1st and 10, Fort Morgan from the 13. For split formation, handoff to Rosales, hit hard at about the 9, and he will take it down to the. Oh, now we're going to have a flag thrown after the play. So I don't know if that was who they're going to call that on. They take it down to the 5.
Pointing at Vista Peak, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Because I did see, looked like maybe Dominic Garcia got thrown to the ground after the play. So maybe a personal foul, unnecessary roughness on Vista Peak. Be a personal foul on Vista Peak. So that'll be a 1st and goal. Well, 1st and goal, and they will mark that at the 3.
First down as a result of the penalty. The ball advances.
1st and goal from the 3, and they wind the clock. We're down to 5:17 and counting here, 4th period. Mustangs up 35-14. Will come away with win number 7 of the year and go to 4-0 in the conference. Arroyo, was that Arroyo? That was Perea. George Perea for the touchdown from 3 yards out. So 41-14 now with 5 minutes to go as Perea takes it in from 3 yards out. George Perea on the run. As the Franny Gonzalez comes in for the PAT.
Some solid running there at the end of the game when you really need it. Eat up time, eat up the ground. And
so Franny with the PAT. The ball is down, the kick is up, and looks good. So with 5 minutes to go, the Mustangs 42, the Bison 14 on B106 and B106.com. With Kevin Rohde, this is Brian Nickel back here at Aurora Public School Stadium at Hinckley High School in Aurora, where the Mustangs have gone up 42-14 after George Perea takes it in from 3 yards out after the Fort Morgan defense stops the Bison on a 3 and out down at the 25. So the Franny Gonzalez will now kick off from the 40 as Davis and Bailey, I believe, are back for Vista Peak, and it will go into the end zone once again as Davis hauls it in the end zone, but a touchback for Franny Gonzalez. So 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Bison with still 5 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, I think you're probably going to see most of the defenders coming in now, not being the starters anymore, although some of them are. Certainly have to start protecting your players from injury late in the game after they've had a hard battle, and also the possibility of a personal foul that ends up with an ejection or something. You just don't want to leave your real horses in there too long.
It looks like most of that front line has been changed. But a nice job there by the front line as we speak, as that looks like that is Jared Wilgenberg in there along with John Hochnaudel for that stop. They will give him a yard, so that will bring up a 2nd and 9 from the 21.
Jimmy Keller also in on that, playing well.
2nd and 9.
Tyler Dunn into the game.
Gary with by number 37, Daniel Smasham.
So smash him under shotgun formation once again. 2 receivers left, 1 right, as it is a handoff again up the middle and stopped back at the 24-yard line. Looks like a gain of 3. So bring up a 3rd and 6 from the 24. So it doesn't look like Vista Peak is trying to get any points on the board by passing right now anyway. Maybe that's what they're trying to lull Fort Morgan into, but Smash him now looks down to the left side. It's going to be a deep pass, and it's going to be should have been intercepted by Kyle Daniels at the 49 and in and out of his hands. Looks like he was
licking his chops, maybe.
he could already see himself in the end zone with that one, and ends up dropping the ball. But anyway, it still brings up a 4th and 6 after that incompletion.
And I don't see any purpose in them not punting at this point. I know you want to show the competitive edge, but why give Fort Morgan the ball, even if they're just going to be their JVs at the 24? But
you're going to go for it, 4th and 6. Smash him out here to the left, and it is going to be enough for the first down. And that will be to number 23, and that is Tyrese Bailey, as he gets enough for the first down. So 1st and 10. Bison, as we're down to 3:39 here in the 4th period. Mustangs up 42-14. Out to the 35. So Fort Morgan, nice job here in this second half, as it was a 14-6 contest in favor of the Mustangs at halftime. Shotgun formation, and pass is going to be intercepted by Breedenbach at the 30, 25-20, 10-5. Into the end zone is Austin Breedenbach for the Fort Morgan touchdown.
Nice job by Breedenbach there on a pick 6.
So that brings it now to 48-14.
And only the first interception for Smasham on the day.
So nice job by that defense. That was a first down play, as Vista Peak had picked up a first down. So the PAT now tried by Franny with 3:12 to go in the 4th period of play. Franny Gonzalez, and he has been on target all afternoon, and the left end for Fort Morgan moves. Now they're going to call a flag on Vista Peak as they came across and knocked, I believe that was Trenton Forbes that they came through and knocked down. We had a movement on Fort Morgan, and then after that it was a personal foul on Vista Peak.
They're going to just say he was just calling the play.
Huh, that is strange.
Yeah, that was...
Because there was flags thrown, but they didn't mark them off unless they're going to... It would come after the point after, I guess. I don't know for sure. He didn't have a conference, so they're not sure.
Right. I think he was just showing that he was throwing the penalty on the procedure.
So the PAT is good. So that brings the score now to 49-14 Fort Morgan on B106 and B106.com. 49-14 Fort Morgan, as they have dominated the second half of play. Franny Gonzalez to kick off, as Breedenbach had just taken it back 25 yards for the pick 6. So the last 2 kickoffs have been into the end zone, and this one looks like it's going to do the same. So 3 in a row for Franny. Put into the end zone. So 1st and 10 from the 20.
Bison from the 20.
So we'll see if that brings anybody else out different from the Fort Morgan defense. Looks pretty much like they had lined up before. Looks like we have Dawson Frick in now at left end. That's 33. That is Brian Sosa into the game, along with Caleb Bell. Looks like George Perea out on that right corner. So 1st and 10 under center, hands off to the left side. Maybe a gain of about 1 out to the 21. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 9 from the 21. So So Angelo Rivera goes off. Go ahead.
2, second and 8 from the 22.
Second down. They gave him 2. Okay. So up to the 22. Second and 8. Under center is quarterback as he hands it off inside, and that will be for no gain. So that will bring up a 3rd and 8 from the 22. I was going to say from the 22nd, but that just doesn't sound quite right.
Right. Good stop on that play.
So Sean McFarland also into the game for the Mustangs. Tyler Dunn. Friedenbach on the defense now. We're down to 2:07 to go and counting here. Pitch out to the right side and cut back inside. Nice job by Dawson Frick to keep that edge on the right side. And that looks like Dawson Frick and also Caleb Bell on that tackle. So that'll bring up about a 4th and 4 from the 26. Minute 40 to go.
And now their punt team will come in and punt.
See if that is Colby Kraft. Fort Morgan doesn't have anybody back. Daniel stands about his own.
Vista Peak only had 9 players on the play on the field, so they had to call a timeout.
So we will let them have a timeout. I think we'll just keep it here with a minute 31 to go as Fort Morgan will look to get the ball back and kneel on the ball here 3 times and put this game into the books and go undefeated so far in Colorado 7 League play, plus overall as they will move to 7-0 and 4-0 in Colorado 7 League play.
I think they will probably be happy that they faced a challenge, although I'm sure the coaches are going to have lots of things that they weren't pleased with. And so we will see next week.
So snap back, and a different punter. It's a short punt. It's coming off to this right side. That's going to land about the 45 and go out about midfield. So that'll bring up a 1st and 10 from midfield for the Mustangs. So I would guess they will do no more than just kneel on the ball 2 or 3 times. So we will see what the Mustangs do besides kneel on it. I can't imagine them doing anything else.
Right.
Let's see who's in it. Well, Dalen Knapp still in it. Quarterback in wing formation with Trey McBride split wide right. And Frank Rosales took off early. So that will knock him back 5, be a 1st and 15 from the 45. Well, we got a moment here. I'm going to give a little shout out to the Fort Morgan Evening Optimist Club as they will be selling pumpkins for the kids of Fort Morgan. And at Bellender's Tire in Fort Morgan, they will be selling them from 9 to 2 next Saturday and all through the week if you want to stop and purchase a pumpkin for your little kiddos. So a handoff around the right side to George Perea as he gets across the 50, the 45, the 40, 35, and he is going to be down to the Vista Peak 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 30 for Fort Morgan.
And I imagine the coaches on the side are thinking, oh, please don't score. We don't want them to think we're running it up. But, you know, Perea definitely a 3rd-tier running back. So I think you could probably argue that it's, you know, McBride and Kimball and Daniels, and then we go with Rosales and Arroyo, and Perea's down there a little bit.
So down to a minute to go. Put Perea in motion. Going to hand off, or Knapp's going to keep it. And he is going to be knocked down and taken down at the 30, maybe 29-yard line. So it'll get 1. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 9 from the 29. We're down to 38 seconds to go.
So now they bring Toby McBride back in there.
I'm not sure what they're down to 25 seconds.
Gain of a yard. Second and 9 from the 20.
Maybe they didn't cover the spread from Vegas. They're bringing them back in. Flag is thrown with 15.3 seconds to go.
And they're in the Wildcat with Toby and Trey in the back. Maybe it's one of those things where those boys have been drawing up a play in the dirt at practice all week long, and Coach finally says, okay, you've earned it. Go run your little sandlot play. I don't know. I'm sure there's a plan.
Yeah. They have a plan, but they didn't let us in on it.
Right.
So it'll bring up a 2nd and 14 from the 34. Now the clock will run 13 seconds, 12 seconds.
2nd and 14.
So we'll see. We have wide receivers left and right. Toby in the backfield. Trey is going to keep it across the 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and he is going to be out of bounds with no time left on the clock. Yes, he goes out at the 19, but that will bring this contest to an end. Fort Morgan Mustangs 49, Vista Peak Bison 14. We will be back with the MCC postgame show in 3 minutes on B106 and B106.com. The Fort Morgan Mustangs postgame show is brought to you by Morgan Community College. Find out why Morgan Community College is the best choice for your higher education. Visit MCC online at www.morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session. MCC, here to help you imagine your possibilities, believe in yourself, and achieve your goals. So a big win here for the Mustangs this afternoon, 49-14. It was a 14-6 score at halftime in favor of the Mustangs. Mustangs received the first possession of the second half. Go 4 plays. Tate Kimball takes it in from 37 yards out. PAT is good. Actually, it was a 63-yard run actually by Tate. PAT is good for the 21-6 lead. Vista Peak gets the ball next. 12 plays. They take it in from a 15-yard pass to Dylan Holt. And the PAT, the 2-point try was good to bring the score to 21-14. Fort Morgan gets the ball back. 3 plays. Tate, I believe it was Tate Kimball that takes it in from 64 yards out. And the PAT good once again, 28-14, Fort Morgan. At the end of the third quarter, that was the score, 28-14. Fort Morgan on their next possession takes it in from 6 yards out by Toby McBride. PAT is good once again, 35-14. Fort Morgan Mustangs get a pick 6 with 3:12 left to go in the fourth period of play by Austin Breedenbach. The point after try was good by Franny Gonzalez, and that was a score 49-14. I did miss one score here by George Perez. He took it in from 3 yards out on a run, and that PAT was also good. But the final score did end up 49-14 for the Fort Morgan Mustangs, as they are now 7-0 overall, 4-0 in league play. Vista Peak Bison dropped to 3-1 and 4-3 on the season. So I think Kevin's got us some numbers from this ball game.
So a little change in the total stats as second half Fort Morgan ends up with 379 yards total offense for the day, with Vista Peak only having 262. Vista Peak's 262 came on 13 completions off of 22 attempts, 183 yards, 1 interception and 2 touchdowns, and then running the ball they ran 29 times and only got 97 yards, so a little over 3 yards per carry for them. On the Fort Morgan side, Toby McBride ends the game with 7 carries for 40 yards and 1 touchdown. Tate Kimball ends the day with 18 carries for 218 yards, about 12 yards per carry and 4 touchdowns for Tate. Dalen Knapp throws the ball 3 times, 2 times to Trey McBride for 24 yards and 1 time an interception. So no incompletions for Knapp. McBride has the 2 catches for 24 yards, and he also has 1 rush for 15 yards. Perea ends the day with 2 carries on 28 yards and a touchdown. Arroyo 4 carries for 32 yards. Rosales 3 carries on 19 yards. And Dalen Knapp also carried the ball 3 times for 3 yards. So second half, a little bit of a different story as Fort Morgan jumps on and goes back to their power game. And, you have a battering ram like Toby McBride that just is going to go and knock somebody down every play on the block. Eventually, Tate's going to find a way to cut off of one of those blocks and get down, 4 times today. I just think it was an excellent all-around performance by the offense, especially in the second half. And defense kind of stepped up and held them to only 1 touchdown each half.
Yeah, they did a good job here, so we will come up with the Mustang Player of the Game, and that is brought to you by Mr. D's Ace Home Center, with 3 locations to serve you better: Sterling, Brush, and Fort Morgan, your headquarters for all your home, farm, and ranch supplies, from plumbing to feed. And I think we're going to give that to Mr. Tate Kimball this afternoon. 4 touchdowns. He was the workhorse today, that's for sure.
Absolutely, and as I say pretty much every game when we get to this point, Tate, Toby, none of that would be happening if the offensive line wasn't blocking as well as it is. And, defensively, it's a team effort. Everybody's playing well out there. You don't get to ever give a defender much of a chance at being a player of the game unless they get a couple interceptions or make some game-saving play on a close game. So overall, I think all the Fort Morgan players deserve accolades for reaching 7-0. I think it's the first time in quite a few years. I don't know how far back you'd have to go to see that, and I just hope that they can keep the focus for the next 3 weeks as they finish out the Colorado 7 League with the bottom 3 teams of the league, and then get ready for that home playoff game against some a little stiffer competition.
Yeah, that's for sure. So nice job here. We will be back here on B106 and B106.com next Friday night as the Fort Morgan Mustangs will entertain the Inglewood Pirates for a 7 o'clock kickoff. So another excellent job here by the Fort Morgan Mustangs as they win this game 49-14. The sound engineer and producer of Fort Morgan Mustangs football today, we had a pair of them today, Julie Garcia and Michaela Clipper. For Kevin Rohde, I'm Brian Nickel. Once again, the final score this afternoon, Fort Morgan 49, Vista Peak 14. You've been listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs football on B106 and B106.com. Good afternoon, everybody.